It is January 28th, 2021, and this is my latest Colombia news update. Follow along.
Yeah, man, it's time to travel with DC Born Rob on YouTube.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Again, this is my latest Colombia news update. It is January 28th, 2021. I have a bunch of short stories that I'm going to jump through today. Hopefully I can get this done in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Let's go. Now, of course, there's always a Medellin curfew, it seems like. Looks like they're taking a step back. So let's jump on this. As of a couple of days ago, well, a few days ago, last week, the Aburrá Valley governor stated that for all of their territory, she's recommending this quarantine, a nightly quarantine from like 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., something pretty tight. And as of a couple of days ago, the mayor decided he's not going to join in. So if you remember my story from last week, all these were dates that it was from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. But since then, here's the story. According to El Colombiano, Daniel Quintero, mayor of Medellin, announced through his Twitter account that there will be no curfew in Medellin. Instead, we will have a nightly dry law between midnight and 5 a.m. that will apply on Friday, January 29th and Saturday, January 30th. It's not party time. So Medellin is not included in the nightly curfew for January 27th to the February 1st. Nightly curfew in Antioquia from January 14th until February 2nd. And here's the dates. And I went through this before. It's from the 14th, 15th, yada, 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 all the way down. But now we get to yesterday's date, and he decided that he's not going to go along with it. So this midnight to 5 a.m. does not apply to Medellin. It's all the Aburrá Valley, I believe, but not to Medellin. Also, Medellin and other municipalities in the Aburrá Valley will continue pico y cédula starting at midnight on January 14th until February 2nd, which restricts shopping days based on the last digit of your ID. Again, for you, it's going to be your passport. If you live there, it'll be your cédula. The pico y cédula restriction applies for going to grocery stores, malls, small tiendas, pharmacies, and also including banking and notary services. Again, this is that you can only go out on the days that correspond to the last digit of your ID. So if your ID ends with an even number, 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, you can go out shopping on even days of the week. And if your ID ends with an odd number, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, you can go out on odd days of the week. Okay, next story. Okay, I have a couple of updates I want to run past you, and this is the first one. I did a video on pickpocketing and getting scoped, and what that is the drug called devil's breath, scopolamine. Be careful. Do not leave your drinks uncovered. You know, if I were you, I would just drink beer and keep it close to you if you're out amongst other people. Don't trust anybody. When people come up close to you, watch that video. I'll leave a link to it also because it has to do with people pickpocketing and stealing cell phones. And some of these cell phones are pretty pricey. But this story I ran across because it's from the UK, but it's about somebody using the devil's breath, which comes more commonly known in Colombia. I don't know if it comes from there, but it's called the devil's breath. To drug and murder an Irish dancer. So without going through the entire story, this cat right here decides he's going to go on some gay chat line and meet this guy. Him and this girl set him up and they rob him, and they were trying to fence diamonds they got from him. I don't know how this happened in New York, how this all happened. But basically, just to get to this, because it corresponds to Colombia, it says prosecutor Crispin Ayelet said Osai, and that's the guy, and Christina, the girl who robbed him, gave the men scopolamine, a popular drug with robbers and rapists in Colombia, where it's known as devil's breath. The unnamed man was found virtually naked, agitated, and talking gibberish after being drugged. The incident took place separately from Murphy's murder. So, and this is along the lines of the story. When it happens to people in Colombia, they end up you found butt naked on the curb, just shaking and don't know what happened. You walk somebody yourself into your apartment, your Airbnb, or your hotel room. They robbed you of your cell phone, your money, your cash, your passport, everything. And I'm going to tell you something. Most of you cats that this happens to, I'm going to guess you don't report it. You too embarrassed. or at least we don't read about it in the news. You don't want to promote it that way. Maybe you don't give your name, but you tell people it happened. I'm going to guess it's happening more times than we actually hear about it. So in short, don't get scoped. That's right. Don't get scoped. Okay. Next story. Okay. If you are looking for travel, you're looking for a driver, you're looking for tourists, you want to see your way around Colombia, you want to learn the history of Colombia, learn a little bit of the culture and do it safely, take a guide, take my guide, Andres. Now let's check out Andres has a quick message for you right quick.
Hello guys, this is Andres from Medellin Colombia. My company is named Nomad. I'm here to help you with any rides you need from the airport or vice versa. And also to take you on tours around the city to see the most wonderful and authentic places that my city has to offer. I'll leave you my contact below, and for reference, just ask Rob. Bye.
Okay. Thanks to Andres. His company is called Nomad Travel. This is his website right here, nomadtravel.co. I will leave a link below. My browser adjusts this for me because I'm speaking English, but there's actually an English button up here if it does not translate for you already. So check out my man Andres. Check out my prior trips with him, going to Comuna 8, doing a tour of Parquilleres, but not just the girl part, to learn the history of it, the bombing that happened there. It's a lot of history in this city that you may not know and you may miss if you do not have a guide. So check out Andres.
Hey, watching man, right now you're watching DC Born Rob on YouTube. Make sure to hit like and subscribe.
Okay, this one just states, Bogota, Colombia. Colombia will ban flights from Brazil effective Friday over concerns of a variant of the coronavirus that is circulating in that country. Colombia President Ivan Duque on Wednesday announced the 30-day measure. No flights will take off from Colombia to Brazil either. In addition, no one who arrived from Brazil and Colombia between January 18th and Wednesday will have to quarantine. Well, you will have to quarantine for 14 days. The Brazil P1 variant was first identified in 4 travelers who were tested at an airport outside Tokyo. It contained a set of mutations that may affect its ability to be recognized by antibodies, according to the United States and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. So if you're in Brazil, and I've seen videos of Brazil, this is off the chain. Nobody's wearing masks. It's like it doesn't exist. The problem is the older people and the people like me with pre-existing conditions are the ones that are getting sick and dying. By the way, I have an appointment to get my first shot. I'm taking you with me this Saturday. So I'll follow up on that later, though. Okay. This is from Caracol Radio, Bogota. In these neighborhoods, there will be quarantine from January 30th. This has to do with Bogota. Instead of doing like mass sections of it, though, it looks like they're using like almost like a zip code. And I'll tell you what I mean. After a meeting between the district, the Ministry of Health, and the EPI committee, it was determined that there will no longer be 40 by localities or generals, but will now be by zonal planning units, UPZ. At the end of the EPI committee in Bogota, new restrictions were established in Bogota. There will be no quarantine by locality. And that general, when they say general, that means everything normally. So now isolation will be by UPZ zone, which is set by neighborhoods. And you have to know some of these neighborhoods and know the names. I'll struggle through a few. I'm not going to read the entire list. However, the night curfew continues, but it will start at 10 p.m. and will go until 4 a.m. for 14 days starting on Friday. These will be the neighborhoods of the 9 UPZs that will enter a general quarantine from this Saturday, January 30th, until February 12th at 11:59 p.m. So general means it's a lockdown, dude. You're in. So it's Suba Town, Tibayuyas, Suba and El Ricon, Engativa Town, which includes Boyaca, Real, and Garces Navas, Fontiban Town, which is Fontiban, Kennedy Town, which is Castilla y Timiza. I knew I was going to get them wrong. Usaquén Town, which is Los Cedros, and it goes more into detail for like Tibayuyas, and you see there's a bunch of neighborhoods. So it's still a large section of Bogota that's going to be on a general quarantine. So you need to take a look at this. All these links for these videos will be, for these websites will be below. Okay, Just so you know, when it comes to money, I did a video about money. And I think I updated a few months ago. I need to go revisit that and redo it again because the value of the dollar to the peso has changed. But this just states Colombian peso among the worst currencies in the world in January. This is according to Bloomberg. Bloomberg agency tracked 31 major currencies losing 0.1%, still lower than the price it experienced last Monday, January 25th. So it is down to the, according to this story, it is at 3,591. It was actually, last time I was there, it was 3,4 some odd, and that was good. So 3,5 better, 3,590 better. It was actually as high rate when the virus broke last February, March. It was actually like 4.2. Oh, you was a high roller if you took the US dollar down then. Good deal. Okay, and then my last story has to do with Cali. Curfew and dry law in Cali go from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. every day this week. Now, they shortened this up. There were a lot more lockdowns for Cali, but they shortened it because it's hurting the businesses, and they're trying to juggle between the two. For everybody who has feelings about the businesses being shut down and the curfews are killing the businesses, come up with an idea. I challenge you to come up with an idea that you can propose to them and say, here's what you ought to do. And don't just say, forget about it. Everybody don't wear masks or whatever. Come up with an idea for it. Okay, the curfew and prohibition in Cali go from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. the next day. The measures will be in effect from this Wednesday, January 27th to Tuesday, February 2nd. This was confirmed by Mayor Jorge Ivan Ospina, who acknowledged that the schedule was made more flexible due to the economic crisis experienced by various commercial sectors. So they're slowing it up because it's hurting businesses. The curfew will not be continuous because our economy will not support it, but we have to insist to the citizens that they must stay at home. The measure in peak and card, which is peak and placa, and peak and plate for your cars too, for the tags on your cars, are still implemented. So Cali is backing off as Medellin. They're backing off, but not because the virus is going down. They're backing off because the businesses are just dying, and they're saying that it's a balancing act. I get that. But anyway, this is the latest news for Colombia. Thank you guys for watching. If you're getting any benefit out of my videos, do me a favor, go down and hit the subscribe button, click the bell to be alerted of any new videos, and like helps the YouTube algorithm. The more you hit like, the more YouTube decides to share the videos, which is good for all. So thank you guys, and be safe.
We have a YouTube channel, like it.
Please comment and share if you like the video. Please subscribe and kick the bell.